Okay. Just let me know if it doesn't work. Mm-hmm. Oh, come on. You're being a punk here. You're being a punk. Oh boy, I had to kick myself out. That was interesting. I got a feedback loop. I wanted to test it with myself, but I gave myself a feedback loop. Hmm. Hmm. Oh. Hey, Poppy, where'd you go? Poppy. Hey. What you doing? Hey, Alexandra. Hey, Alex. Hey, Alex. Hey. Mm-hmm. All right, let's see what we got. All right. What? Hello, Alexandra. Come here, sweetie.
Hello.
Hello. Hey, look at these beautiful people in front of me. Hello.
How are you?
I'm fabulous and even better now that I'm looking at you.
You're so sweet.
Thank you.
Well, I'm excited. Is everything okay? First of all, is everything okay?
Yeah.
All right. Perfect. Okay. Well, I wanted to talk to you because, well, first of all, you're near and dear to my heart. So you're special already in that sense.
Oh, you're so sweet.
You arrived to us as rock stars. You, Lorren, are a third generation Girl Scout,
Mhm.
and you, Lexi, are a fourth generation Girl Scout. What?
Yes, ma'am.
Now, does anybody know, when I say anybody, I mean you, because I don't know, how many fourth generation Girl Scouts there actually are? I imagine not that many.
I have no idea.
Then let me ask you this. Are you the only fourth generation Girl Scout that you know
Yes,
or
ma'am.
know of? Okay. What about you, Lorren?
Yeah, I honestly never thought about it. So yeah,
I
nobody's ever said anything.
I think it's tremendous. When you think about the legacy that's wrapped up in that four generations of Girl Scouts in one family, that is huge. What does that feel like, Lexi, to be a fourth generation Girl Scout?
It feels really cool knowing that my grandma and my great grandma did what I'm doing now. I think it's really cool.
I think it's awesome. And how do you feel about it, Lorren?
I feel honored. I feel honored to be a part of an amazing program, and I think it's really cool to hear like the stories. My grandmother has since passed, so I remember being really little and her telling me about the things that she used to do. And then I actually have my mother's handbooks from when she was a scout, and we have like a whole drawer full of old vintage handbook. Like we have some from like what, the 20s or the 30s, I can't remember.
Oh my gosh.
And then we have like my mom's, and you can actually see my mom's signature in them. And then, I don't have my books, but I have a duplicate copy of the books that I had as a scout. And then obviously we have Lexi's books. So I love the fact that I get to kind of share that with her. It's been a really cool adventure.
Okay. Well, let me ask you this then. When you're able to take those pieces of history in your family from mom, grandmom, great grandmom, and look back at that and then compare it to today, how is it the same and how is it different?
Do you want to answer that first?
Yeah. So they were two different time periods. So if you look back then, it's really cool. But when you look now, it shows how much we've grown. Girl Scouts have grown as an organization, and just in people in general. So looking at the differences from like back then and how they used to do things, and how much we've improved, and that, yeah.
Is that just like when you say how much we've improved as far as like technology?
As far as
Or-
everything, with like different programs, with technology, with our education, just everything.
Okay. And you, Lorren, what's your take?
I think with anything, there's some really positive things that have happened. And there's some things that I don't want to say they're negative, but there are some things that I wish maybe as a program we would bring back. Some if you look at like some of the handbooks, there's a lot of old traditions that are passed down that are mentioned in the books. And not that we don't see them. Well, let me put it this way. There's a lot of traditions that I haven't seen continued, or that people are, not aware of. For example, we used to take our troop camping, and the ashes ceremony, where each scout has some sort of container and they keep ashes from every one of their campfires. That was actually introduced to our troop by another Girl Scout in our service unit council. She's actually a lifetime member as well. Jennifer Hudson. Actually, her daughters are third generation Girl Scouts, so they're close. Jennifer's mom was a leader. I don't know if she was a scout as a girl, but I know she was a leader. And then Jennifer is a lifetime member, Gold Award recipient, and now her daughters are also in Scouts. So Jennifer brought that tradition back into our troop. So it's neat to see some of those things that I grew up with, and it was, to me, they were just second nature. Like, oh yeah, this is how we do it. Let's go. But it doesn't always get passed down. And so, I would love to see some of those things come back, because there's meaning behind them. And for example, as a service unit coordinator, I had people asking me what the significance of the brownie wings was. Like, why do brownies have wings? That doesn't make any sense. And so, we talked about how they were called the brown owls, and you would fly up to scouting, and that, so little things like that, I would love to see maybe incorporated a little bit more, or brought back, even if it's not something a troop does or continues, just to know why we do certain things, I think is important.
I agree, because a lot of the times, if you know the why, then the light bulb goes off.
Mm-hmm.
If someone says, well, like if the boss says, I want it done this way, and here's why. Oh, okay, I see. That makes sense. So then that gives you a deeper understanding and respect and love for what you're doing.
I agree 100%.
Okay. Lorren, can you tell me briefly about the Share the Love campaign that you started?
Oh, sure. So during, I guess it would have been the first scouting year back from COVID, when we were still under some restrictions. In the fall, our troop at the time, we did boo your sister kind of thing. We had scouts sign up at Halloween time, and they basically just kind of swapped gifts. It was done by surprise, excuse me. And they had, we did it in October of 2020 is when we kind of started this. And so the scouts would sign up, and they were given a name, and they had to go out and purchase what we call a boo gift. And it could be anything. It could be candy. It could be Girl Scout related, whatever you felt like giving that Scout sister. And so at the troop, we did it. The Scouts loved it. We asked them to post a picture on the Facebook page. That way the person who left the gift anonymously could see that, the gift had been received. It was so well liked, I guess you could say, at our troop level, that for Valentine's Day, as a service unit, we talked about, what can we do? We're still under restrictions. We were a service unit that would host an event every month, anywhere from 30 to 250 girls, or scouts would come. So to go from that to like completely cut off, and at that point, scouts were on the computers for hours for school. So we wanted to do something that would bring us together, but would also keep us all safe. So we did a thing. We called it Spread the Love.
Spread the Love. Sorry.
It's okay. We found an online patch, and the reason it was called Spread the Love is because the original patch was a peanut butter and basically a peanut butter and jelly sandwich opened up, and so you would spread the things. So on the service unit level, what we did is we asked scouts and their families to sign up. The idea was that it was around Valentine's Day because we wanted to spread the love and share the love and let everybody know we were kind of still thinking about them. There was no cost other than the cost of the gift. We did give a budget. I want to say the first year was $10, but I can't quite remember. But the scouts would sign up, and we had about a 2-week window. And then once all the scouts had signed up, myself and one other person on the service unit team, that way it was still a surprise for everybody, went through and matched people up. They had a series of questions they had to answer. Our service unit covers all of Dorchester County. So from one end to the other is approximately a 45-minute drive. So we asked people who was willing to make that drive if need be. And some families did, which was awesome. Right. And so the scouts and their families received an email. It had the scout name, their age, and their address. And then if there were any like delivery, delivery instructions, like please text or please leave by this door or whatever. And then they had a 2-week window to deliver their gift. It was whenever they felt it would fit into their schedule. And then we asked the scouts and their families to post a picture of the scout with their gift, so that, the family could see that the gift had been received. The first year we did it, it went really, really well. The families that participated said that it was a great way to feel like they were still in scouting, but still feel safe. And some of them, I remember one comment was, I never realized that our scouts were all over the county. So in some ways it was kind of like a learning experience for our scouts. The program has run now. We just finished up the third one, the third year in February. Each year we tried to add something different to the program. So the second year, instead of using that same patch again, we had the girls come up with a design, and they could submit it. And then when Spread the Love was over, we made a voting poll on our Facebook page for our families, and everybody voted for the winning patch. And then the patch was custom created, and it was mailed out to all the scouts that participated. So that was kind of our new thing second year. And then this past year, we did the same program. We asked the scouts to, again, surprise another scout, post the pictures, and we did a patch design contest as well. And then this year, I added an extra element to the program. There is a book, and now of course I cannot think of the name of the book. The Little Spot of Love. There we go. It's a social and emotional curriculum designed with color. And so the love spot happens to be pink. So yay, it matches Valentine's Day. So in addition to the scouts, spreading the love within the Dorchester County and to the scouts that had signed up, some members of the service unit team, their scouts were given some of those books. And we dropped them off at little libraries. And so when you opened up the cover of the Little Spot book, they were miniatures. They were about yay big. When you opened up the cover, it had a picture of our original patch with the peanut butter and jelly. And it said, we're just spreading love, Dorchester County, Service Unit 660 Girl Scouts. We purchased, It was actually donated. So it was, there were 30 books that were donated. And so as a service unit, part of our thought process is that we need to involve the community and do community service. So we donated 30 books of The Little Spot of Love to help spread the love.
That's tremendous. I can't say enough good things about that. I imagine that so many people who, especially during COVID times, might have felt isolated and alone or lonely and very disconnected, you were able to connect them back and bring them back in and give them that virtual hug and embrace. That's so cool. And then the little library, that's just amazing.
We try.
Lexi, do you have any part in that?
I was, of course, giving baskets and receiving them as well. And I helped a little bit with the planning.
That's so cool. How old are you, Lexi?
13.
Wow. You're an amazing young woman.
Thank you.
I'm so proud of you. What's the next thing for you in Girl Scouts?
My next thing is I'm going to be in high school next year, so I'm going to start working on my Gold Award. So before I do that, I'm going to take a little course on the Gold Award, and then I'm going to start doing just some brainstorming now.
What are you, you just had a meeting the other day. What was your meeting for? What role do you hold in the council? I don't know that even Miss Donna knows this. I don't think I told her.
So I'm part of the Girl Scout Advisory Board, and I'm also part of. Thank you.
Congratulations to you and congratulations to us.
Thank you.
So
what are you
going
to be doing?
So for the CIT board, we're working on a Native American history event. That's the name of it. Last month we did a Hispanic heritage event, and on Sunday 5th,
November
5th, not Sunday 5th. November 5th, we're working on ways when the program is going to be taking place.
That's so cool.
And what are you helping to plan in March?
Oh, World Thinking Day is being planned in March.
By the who?
What do you mean by the who?
Who's helping to plan it? It's not just you. Who else is helping?
The whole Girl Scout Advisory Board is helping.
Oh, that's great, because there have been some years where it's been huge and a really big event with tons and tons of people, and then other years it was like, where is it? I can't find it. Where'd it go? So that's really cool.
We're hoping to have a pretty good big event.
Yeah, I'm sure it's going to be quite successful. That's pretty exciting. And there was something else that I wanted to ask you, but with my dog barking in the background, it fell right out of my head. I'm glad that you're thinking about your Gold Award already, because everybody who works on a Gold Award and achieves a Gold Award, the one thing they all say is, I wish I'd started sooner. So you're going to be so far ahead of everybody else. That's going to be pretty wild. Do you have any ideas what you might like to do, or any subject that you might be interested in?
I don't have a specific idea, but I do think I want to go with education. For my Silver Award, I did Walk the Book, which was about exercise and reading. So that fell into the educational category. So for my Gold Award, I also want to do something educational.
Okay, that'll be perfect. I like that idea a lot.
Thank you.
And I really think that being a fourth generation Girl Scout is a unique thing. You're the only fourth generation Girl Scout, as far as I know, that I know of.
It really is, because I get to hear stories from the other three generations. Like my mom, she tells me stories about her camping trips and working at camp. Actually, just yesterday, my mom brought out her Girl Scout songbook. Yeah.
Oh boy.
Well, that's funny. were any of the things similar or the same, or was it just like completely different?
Well, there were some songs that I was like, oh, I know that. And then I started reading. I was like, huh, that's a different line than I know. Like the Princess Pat, that was slightly different. And then just throughout the book, I was like, huh, are we sure that's the right way that goes? Are we sure?
Well, I'm just so proud of you. Do you have anything that you want to tell me that I didn't ask you about that you wish that I'd asked about, but you're
Not
just too polite to say?
Why don't you tell Miss Donna about your brick?
Oh, okay. So in Savannah, Georgia, the council there, they did bricks that you can have your name and your troop written on
At the
at
first
the first meeting house
headquarters.
headquarters. And I got my brick, and I actually found it a few years ago when we went to Savannah.
And what
Oh,
does it say
wow.
on it?
It says Lexi Pallone, 4th generation Girl Scout.
Oh my gosh.
It was her birthday present a few years ago.
Oh man. That is so cool.
So she cemented literally in history.
That's fabulous. At the headquarters.
Mm-hmm. 2 years ago, we went to the Savannah St. Patrick's Day parade.
2 years ago, yeah.
2 years ago. Sorry, dates were escaping. We went down with a few of us from the council. From the council. And we walked in their St. Patrick's Day parade. It was the 100-year anniversary of cookies?
Yeah.
No. It was the 100th anniversary of something. I can't remember now. Anyway, so we went and marched in the parade. We had a ton of fun, lots of singing, dancing, and then we went back to the first headquarters, and they gave us lunch. And when we were there, I was like, Lex, go look for your brick. And I would say maybe like 20 minutes, and then she found it, and she was so excited because when we purchased it, she just got a certificate that said, you have purchased a brick, but she didn't see a picture of it or anything. So the council was amazing, and I asked them, and they actually gave us they took a picture of the brick before they laid it and sent it to us so that she could see what our brick looked like, but she hadn't seen it in the courtyard. So when we went down, she was able to find it, and we took a picture of it. And that year we actually also ordered one for our troop. Our old troop that we were in, we had made I think 2 or 3 trips to that point to Savannah. So our troop purchased a brick as well. So we looked and found that brick too.
That's so cool. You got to see it in person.
It was really
in living color right there. Brick and mortar. Brick. That's amazing. Well, Lorren and Lexi, I want to thank you for talking with me about being 3rd and 4th generation Girl Scouts. That's amazing. And your Spread the Love program and all the other good things that you're doing to inspire people and spread the love. You're both rock stars, and I love you both.
Well, thank you. It's been a pleasure.
Okay, we'll talk soon.
All right. Sounds good.
Bye.
Bye.